Next article, intervals and neighborhoods. So see, we are going to see now some subsets of R, okay, special type of subsets. See, first of all, what do you mean by an interval? So see, if A comma B belongs to R, if A and B are any two real numbers, how are these two real numbers? With, this is very important, A less than B, A less than B, then number 1, the open interval from A to B, is the set. So open interval from A to B is the set. What is that set? It is denoted by this notation, round brackets, and read as, how we can read this? Open interval A comma B. This is set of all real numbers on the real line. So for example, suppose this is my real line R. Suppose here is A and here is B. I am taking A to the left. That means A is less than B. So if A less than B, then open interval AB or open interval from A to B or open interval AB is set of all those real numbers X such that X lies between A and B, strictly lies between A and B. So all those real numbers which lie between A and B, okay, strictly, X is not equal to A and X is not equal to B. So all those real numbers which lie between A and B. So in open interval, we don't consider A because here there is no equal to sign, here there is no equal to sign. So X cannot be equal to A and X cannot be equal to B. So X is strictly greater than A, means it is to the right of A, and it is strictly less than B, means it is strictly to the left of B. So all those real numbers which lie between A and B, which are not equal to A and B, so they are called, such a collection of real numbers is called as open interval AB. For example, you may consider open interval 2, 5, open interval 2, 5, 2, 5. All those real numbers which are greater than 2 but less than 5, real numbers between 2 and 5. Okay, so this is the open interval 2, 5. So the open interval from A to B is the set, open interval AB is equal to this. Second, the closed interval from A to B is the set. It is denoted by this set of all X belonging to R such that A less than or equal to X and less than or equal to B, means, now see here, all those real numbers which lie between A and B and X may be equal to A or X may be equal to B. So now all those real numbers, so this is closed interval AB. Okay, these type of brackets, okay, are used to indicate a closed interval. So all those X, A, B and all real numbers between A and B. A, B, so both the end points, A and B are called as here end points. A is left end, B is right end of the interval, maybe open interval or maybe closed interval. So in open interval we exclude, we do not include ends, both the ends. In closed interval we include both the ends. So what is the difference between these two? Open interval and closed interval, they differ only by the inclusion or exclusion of end points. So if you include here A and B, it becomes a closed interval. If you exclude, if you remove end points from a closed interval reduces to an open interval, right? So this is about closed interval. Third type, semi open. The semi open or half open or semi closed. Semi closed intervals. Semi closed intervals from A to B are now see open and close. It is open to the left hand and close to the right hand. So it is the set of all x belonging to R such that it is open to the left hand. Means open means we don't consider that number. So set of all x belonging to R such that x is strictly greater than A. It is not equal to A because it is open, but it is a less than or equal to B. This is semi open or semi closed. Half open, half closed, they are called as semi interval, semi open or semi closed, or close open. This is called as open close interval and this is called as close open interval. It is again x belonging to R such that here it is close to the left hand, so less than or equal to x and less than B. So this is about the intervals, maybe open interval, maybe closed interval, or maybe open close or close open interval. Okay. Now see, here we consider A and B. If A and B are both finite, finite means the number that we know. For example, this is minus 10, this is 2, this is say minus 500 and this is 2 lakh, finite numbers. Okay. But if either of A or B, so see, if both A and B are finite, then these intervals they are called as finite intervals. If A and B are finite, then they are called as finite intervals. If both of them are finite, okay. Note, if both A and B are finite, then any interval may be closed or may be open, any interval from A to B is called as finite interval. It is called as finite interval. Okay. Number 1. Number 2, if either A or B or both are not finite. Not finite means infinity. Then any interval from A to B is called as infinite interval. Okay. See, for example, here, for example, I will write this as, say, small one. say A infinity. What is A infinity? A infinity is set of all x belonging to R, all those numbers which are, see the real line. Suppose here is A infinity. Where is infinity? Suppose, see here, suppose this is, here is my origin, and suppose here is my A now, or where may be A may be here also. A infinity means, this is plus infinity means, yes, very very large number which is beyond our limitation, largest, very very big number. Minus infinity means very very small real number which we cannot imagine, beyond our limitation, to the left, to the right. Okay, so how you write this? A infinity, all those real numbers which are greater than A but less than infinity. Less than infinity because infinity does not stand for any real number, it is just a notation used to indicate very very large number. So you simply write this as x greater than A, x greater than A. So A infinity is, and what is about this? Yes, set up all x belonging to R such that x closed, it is closed means greater than or equal to A. All those real numbers which are greater than or equal to A, larger than A, all real numbers, that is infinite interval. Okay, this is a finite interval. For example, open interval 1 2, open interval 1 2, it is a finite interval, but how many real numbers are there in between 1 and 2? Infinitely many. It is a finite interval, but it is a infinite set. It is a, remember, finite set and infinite set. Finite set means a set containing finitely many elements. For example, consider the set 1 2 3 4 5, set of all first 5 natural number. It is finite set, only 5 elements are there. On the other hand, if you consider open interval 1 5, how many real numbers are there? Infinitely many. It is a finite interval because both 1 and 5, both the ends A and B are finite. But how many real numbers are there in between 1 and 5? Infinitely many. It is a finite interval but infinite set. This is a infinite interval, it is a infinite set. Okay, open interval, this is close open. Second, minus infinity A, set up all x in R such that is less than minus infinity and yes, greater than minus infinity and less than A. Suppose here is A, all numbers less than A, so that is x less than A. And how you write? Yes, minus infinity A closed, set up all x belonging to R such that x less than or equal to A. All those real numbers which are less than or equal to A, all real numbers on the real line which are less than or equal to A. And third type, yes, what is the third type? Yes, what is this? Minus infinity infinity. Yes, what is this? Minus infinity and infinity. So what do you get? This is nothing but whole of the real line, whole of the real line. How you can write this? For example, suppose this is my any real number A. What is how I can write this? Yes, as minus infinity A, I will close this, and union A infinity, union all the numbers which are to the left of A and all the real numbers to the right of A, their union. This is nothing but R. This may be 0. You take 0 or 5 or any number, doesn't matter. So see, remember our R is, see, there is only a single infinity here, single infinity, single infinity, single infinity. Here there are two infinities, so that is called as doubly infinite. So our real line is doubly infinite open interval, doubly infinite. There are two infinities, and we can write R as open interval. So R is open interval, doubly infinite open interval. Okay. Note number 3. Tell me, if A is equal to B, then what is about this? If A is equal to B, then what is about this? This is closed interval AB is equal to closed interval AA. All those real numbers see here. B is same as A. So A less than or equal to X and less than or equal to A. So only one member is there. So it is nothing but A. So remember, if both the ends are equal, then a closed interval is nothing but singleton set. It is called a singleton A, the number which is repeated. And what is about this? What is about this? Open interval AB. What is about open interval AB? That is open interval AA and yes, X greater than A and less than A. Do you find any number which is greater than A and less than A at the same time? Yes, you cannot find. So this is empty set. This is empty set. For any A comma B belonging to R, B less than A implies open interval AB is equal to open interval AB. Yes, how will be open interval AB or how will be closed interval AB? Yes, open interval AB or closed interval AB. Yes, how you define is can you define? Yes, B less than A. See the definition. In the definition, for a definition of any interval, maybe open or maybe closed, what you require is first number should be smaller than the second. Okay. So for any AB in R, if B less than A, then open interval AB is undefined, or this is, if it is undefined, then this is empty set. This is empty set is equal to phi or undefined is empty or undefined. Okay. So this is all about the different types of intervals in R. So remember, what is a open interval, what is a closed interval, what is semi open or semi closed interval. If both the ends are finite, then the interval is called as finite interval. If either of A or B is infinite, then it is called as infinite interval. For example, these are nothing but the infinite intervals. These are the infinite intervals. If both the ends are equal, then any closed interval is singleton set. If both the ends are equal, any open interval is always a empty set. Okay. Now see one more thing. Suppose, see, note number 5. Suppose I is a subset of R. I is any subset of R. I consider any subset of R. Okay. Then any subset of R will be interval, it will be interval if and only if, yes, then I is an interval in R. I is an interval in R if may be open or may be closed. Yes, when this will be an interval, yes, if A comma B belongs to R and A less than B implies, yes, this closed interval AB is subset of I. Okay. So the interval, closed interval AB, if A and B are any two real numbers, if A and B belongs to I should consider the numbers from I. If a comma b belongs to I and a less than b, then closed interval ab is whole of I or it is a subset of I, or a comma b belongs to I and a less than c less than b implies a is less than b, but c lies between a and b. If a and b belongs to I and you have a real number c which lies between a and b, for example, see here, this is real line and suppose here is my 0, here is 1 and here is 6. If I consider this open interval 1 6 or say closed interval 1 6, suppose I consider here a and here b, suppose this is my 2, this is my 5, and if I consider any number between 2 and 5, suppose I consider 3, then whether, see, my 2 and 5 belongs to I, 2 comma 5 belongs to I, then if 3 lies between 2 and 5, 3 lies between 2 and 5, then 3 must also belong to, then C must belong to I. Any number between A and B, any number between A and B must belong to I. Okay. So, what is the property of interval? If you know any two numbers from the interval, then all the numbers in between these two numbers, they should also lie in the interval. So, interval is a set, a subset of R, okay, whose members are continuously arranged. एकाला एक लागून सगळे एलिमेंट असतात. Okay. So, this is the definition of any subset of R. R चं कुठलंही एखादं subset, if you take any subset of R, any subset, okay, then it is interval. तर ते interval कधी असतं? If and only if you take any two members of I मधले कुठचेही दोन मेंबर घ्या A आणि B, तर A आणि B च्या मधले सगळे मेंबर, if A and B are in I, जर का A आणि B I मधले असतील, तर A आणि B च्या मधले सगळे एलिमेंट, all the elements between A and B also belongs to I. सलग एलिमेंट मधले सगळे I मध्ये असले पाहिजे if A and B belongs to I. So then and then only I is an interval. Okay. So I is interval, actually if and only, but being a definition. So you may write here if and only, doesn't matter. If and only A comma B belongs to I and A less than B, then closed interval AB should lie in I. Means whole of the interval from A to B should lie in I. This is true for any A and B. Or if A comma B belongs to I and C is any number between A and B, all the numbers between A and B, if A comma B belongs to I, all the numbers between A and B also belongs to I. Then only I is an interval. Okay. So this is about the definition of an interval. Okay. Now come to the next part, neighborhood. Neighborhood of a point P in R. Neighborhood of a point P in R, or neighborhood of a point simply. See, let P belongs to R and epsilon greater than 0. This, remember here onwards we will use epsilon and delta and all this. Epsilon is or delta, these are the notations used to indicate very, very small positive real number that you can imagine. Epsilon may be 0.1, epsilon may be 0.01, epsilon may be 0.0001, epsilon may be 1, epsilon may be 0.100 times not 1. The only thing is that it should be positive, very, very small positive real number, epsilon and delta. Okay. So let P belongs to R and epsilon greater than 0. The neighborhood, I will write it in short form. The neighborhood of P or neighborhood of P of radius epsilon, or you may write it as epsilon neighborhood of P. The neighborhood of P of radius epsilon, or it is also called as epsilon neighborhood of P, is the set. How we denote it? NP epsilon. How you read this? Neighborhood of, just we write f of x. So this bracket is usually for of. Okay. So neighborhood of P of radius epsilon is the set of all real numbers such that distance of x from P is less than epsilon. See, for example, see here, suppose this is my P, then neighborhood of P of radius epsilon is, what is that set? All those x, असे सगळे x की ज्यांचं P पासूनचं अंतर, मॉड्युलस मीन्स डिस्टन्स, असे सगळे x रियल नंबर्स, डिस्टन्स ऑफ x फ्रॉम P इज लेस दॅन एप्सिलॉन, असे सगळे x की ज्यांचं P पासूनचं अंतर एप्सिलॉनपेक्षा कमी पाहिजे, एप्सिलॉन इतकं नको. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, सपोज हे अंतर, दिस डिस्टन्स इज एप्सिलॉन, this distance is epsilon. Tell me, what is the number here? If this distance is epsilon, then what is this number? This is P plus epsilon, and this number will be P minus epsilon, right? P minus epsilon. And yes, this distance is epsilon, this distance is epsilon. Yes, now see, this set consists of all those real numbers की ज्यांचं P पासूनचं अंतर स्ट्रिक्टली लेस दॅन एप्सिलॉन. P प्लस एप्सिलॉनचं डिस्टन्स P पासून किती आहे? इक्वल टू एप्सिलॉन, राईट? दिस इज इक्वल टू एप्सिलॉन, दिस इज ऑल्सो इक्वल टू एप्सिलॉन. इथे तुम्हाला काय पाहिजे? लेस दॅन एप्सिलॉन पाहिजे. त्यामुळे कुठचे रियल नंबर मग? येस, हे P मायनस एप्सिलॉन सोडून आणि P प्लस एप्सिलॉन सोडून, कारण P प्लस एप्सिलॉनचं डिस्टन्स याचं डिस्टन्स P पासून किती आहे? एक्झॅक्टली एप्सिलॉन. ओके, वी डोंट वॉन्ट दोज रियल नंबर्स हुज डिस्टन्स इज इक्वल टू, वी वॉन्ट दोज रियल नंबर एक्स की ज्याचं P पासून तर लेस दॅन एप्सिलॉन. म्हणजे हे P प्लस एप्सिलॉन आणि P मायनस एप्सिलॉन सोडून ह्या दोघांच्या मधले सगळे, कुठचाही इथला एक्स घ्या. सपोज इथं एक्स मी घेतलं, सपोज आय टेक एक्स हियर, एक्सचं P पासूनचं अंतर किती येणार? एप्सिलॉनपेक्षा कमी येणार. दिस इज एप्सिलॉन, सो त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी येणार. सो ओके, सो दिस इज set of all those real numbers such that yes कुठचे येणार आता? ऑल दोज एक्स, या दोघांच्या मधले सगळे एक्स. ओके, सो P मायनस एप्सिलॉन लेस दॅन एक्स लेस दॅन P प्लस एप्सिलॉन, राईट? P मायनस एप्सिलॉन आणि P प्लस एप्सिलॉनच्या मधलं कुठचंही एक्स घेतलं तुम्ही तर त्याचं डिस्टन्स फ्रॉम P इज ऑलवेज लेस दॅन एप्सिलॉन. ओके, सो set of all those real numbers such that x lies between P minus epsilon and P plus epsilon. What is this? Yes, this is nothing but, see here, all those real number x which lie between A and B, all those real number x such that x greater than A and less than B, it is nothing but open interval AB. So what is this? This is open interval P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon. This is the definition of this open interval. Okay, open interval P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon, it is set of all x in R such that x is greater than this and less than this, x is greater than this and x is less than this. Okay, so therefore see here, neighborhood of any real number P of radius epsilon or epsilon neighborhood of a point P is denoted by NP epsilon. It is the open interval P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon, or it is the set of all x in R such that mod of x minus P less than epsilon. Okay, sometimes this is also denoted as, it may be also denoted as, therefore NP epsilon is also denoted as, see here, N epsilon P, neighborhood of P of radius epsilon. Okay, this is the notation, and it is nothing but open interval neighborhood of P of radius epsilon is open interval P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon. For example, see here, suppose I ask you what is neighborhood of 2 of radius half, neighborhood of 2 of radius half. So it will be p is 2 and epsilon is half. So it is 2 minus half, open interval 2 minus half and 2 plus half. So it is nothing but, yes, open interval 3 by 2 comma 5 by 2. So this is the neighborhood of 2 of radius half. Okay, so this is how we can find the neighborhood of a point in R.